What's up YouTube? I'm Vaughn and this is the Gear channel where we discuss collectibles, hobbies, competitive games from tabletop to video games, and today we are finally doing our first Digimon match review, and it's none other than Beelzemon versus Armor Rush. Now both of these decks actually received support from BT9, with Beelzemon receiving the new Wizardmon and for Armor Rush receiving the new Magnamon X Antibody. So we're going to see how both these decks do against each other. Now this is also the first match review that we're doing, so if you guys can definitely comment down below if there's any improvement that we should do or changes. This is still a beta test, so we're still working on it, especially in the editing, so any criticism is welcome. And before we begin, friendly reminder as always to like and subscribe because it really helps the channel a lot and I do really appreciate it. So with that being said, let's get started on the match. So player A is going to start first, so they're going to hatch the egg, digivolve it for Vmon, and they're going to end the turn by digivolving over it for a Flamedramon. So we're going to start with only 2 memory, we're going to hatch, and we're going to digivolve it for an Impmon just to get that extra +1. And just so we don't give too much memory to our opponent, we're just going to play Alimokoko because it's a good time and they can only start with 2 memory. Our opponent's going to raise, and he's going to attack security, which is called Santamon, which have less DP. Then they're going to end the turn with a Davis and Ken. So we're going to start with 3 memory because of Alo Mokoko. And we're going to raise our Impmon. And we're going to play Miss Memory Boost to trash 2 and draw 1. Now for Gunslinger, we're going to gain 1 memory. And for Demi Mirror, we're going to draw an extra card. Next, we're going to go and play our Darkness Rave because why not? We can mill some good cards, but sadly we don't mill any good cards at all. So we don't want to give our opponent too much memory. So the best thing that we could possibly do is just digivolve and give our opponent 2. But because of Davis and Ken, he's going to start pretty much with 3. He's going to hatch his egg. And he's going to attack security once again. And we got Avenge Kinmon, so he's going to Armor Purge. And he's going to suspend his Davis Ken to Digivolve Vmon into Lydramon, so it unsuspends. And he's going to suspend our Wizardmon, which I'm assuming that he's going to attack into it, just so we minus. But no, he attacks security, and it was Beelzemon. And now he's going to Digivolve his Vmon for Magnamon, which is an amazing blocker. So it's our turn. We're going to stand our Wizardmon. We're going to hatch our egg, and we're going to digivolve our egg to draw a card, just to see all the options that we have. So next we're going to play another Miss Memory Boost just to trash 2, and oh, we got Beelzemon Blast Mode, so we're going to pop the Magnamon, and we draw an extra card because of Demi Miramon as well. Next, we're going to send our Miss Memory Boost to gain 2 memory. We're going to play Gunslinger, so we're going to give our opponent 2, but we're going to pop that Vmon. Because since they did not digivolve their Digi-Egg, it shows that they're really not having any rookie. So I'm pretty sure he break pretty hard. So he's going to play another Davis and Ken, which is going to pass turn. So we're going to start with 3, and we also have the Miss Memory Boost as well. So we're going to hard play the Impmon that allows us to trash a card in our hand to add 1 pretty much Beelzemon. So we're going to add that Beelzemon. And we're going to send the Miss Memory Boost just to gain 2 memories. And then we're going to Warp Digivolve into the other Impmon, just so our opponent has only 2 memories, and we're pretty much all set to do the blast mode on our next turn. So they're going to do Mega Death, which is very terrible for us. So we're going to have to pretty much restart our combo a little bit. So the first thing we're going to be doing, I believe we're going to go and Digivolve just to draw, just see our options, and then we're going to do Calling for Family to delete the Itmon so we could get our Skull Santamon, because we have already a bunch of level 4s in hand, so we don't really mind not adding any level 3 since it's very easy to play level 3 Itmons in this deck, especially with the Beelzemon from EX2. So we're going to Digivolve or Wizmon to Skull Santamon, so our opponent has only one memory, but that's okay. Ooh, we get into an Itmon, so that means we're going to be trashing 3 more cards. So we're supposed to add the Beelzemon, but for some reason, instead of putting it in our hand, we put it in a discard pile, but we're going to correct that very soon. So we're going to use Beelzemon effect to place an Impmon. So once I check my hand and kind of realize our mistake that we're supposed to have the other Beelzemon, I'm going to go and correct that right now. Because that's supposed to be in a hand from Santamon, not in a discard pile. And now we're going to use the Beelzemon to trash to add. So we're going to trash and add the other Beelzemon. Now it's our opponent's turn. They only have one memory. They can't really do much, which is good for us. So we see that they have an Ice Wall, but they choose not to play it. Instead, they're going to hard play the VaughnGear, which is kind of the misplay because we're pretty much all set to do the Beelzemon plays. So we're going to draw trash 2. Oh, we're going to pop it. We're going to use Skullmon's inherent effect to gain a memory when a card is trashed. Next, we're going to swing and suspend our Alamo Coco and use Wizardmon to put a Wizardmon on top of our deck. So now we're going to use Beelzemon to trash 2. We're going to gain a memory, Beelzemon's effect as well to play a Impmon. So we're going to play the one that trashes a card in our hand to add a Beelzemon. So we're going to trash a Alamo Coco because we don't need another one. And we're going to add the Beelzemon from BT2. So now we're going to pay the 3 and we're going to play our Beelzemon Blastmon. And I believe we have 20 cards in our trash, so it's going to do 3 checks. So first they have Davis, they got the Vmon, and 2 option cards, so at least they got the Vmon into the hand. Then it's a Vmon and the option card, which doesn't do anything. So after this, I believe we're just going to swing with the rest of the Impmons, because we don't really mind too much, and we still have a few cards in our deck, so we'll be pretty all set. So tech security, oh, it's a Vmon, so now we're going to use Impmon's effect. So we're going to trash 3. Beelzemon is going to play the Impmon. So in case if we have to trash more, we could definitely trash more. Now since we're really low on cards in the deck, I'm going to be planning on doing Avenge Kidmon, since it's going to be pretty much free, since we have a lot of option card and our opponent also have some option cards as well. So at least we won't lose if our opponent attacks with security and it ends up being a Darkness Wave and then we just deck out and lose because of that. So definitely this build definitely changed a lot because you don't deck out anymore. So we're definitely going to put all the Gunslinger closest to the top of the deck. So when we start milling, we could start gaining memory right away. And after that, I think we're going to put the Jack Raids as the follow-ups, and then Call from Darkness, and then the rest are pretty much all random. We don't really need the rest, so we could put the Darkness Wave at the bottom since it's not needed at all. So there we go. And we're going to attack for the last security, and it's Hammer Spark, so they're going gain 2, pass turn. Now they start at 3 because of Davis. They're going Digivolve for Vmon. Now our opponent doesn't really have that much options. They could definitely play Wall if they want. I would, if I was in their position, play Ice Wall and then her play either the Magnamon X, or if they have the other Magnamon as well, they could definitely do that. Even though it gives your opponent a lot of memories, it at least guarantees that we're not going to be winning. Oh, and they scoop. So game 2, they're going to hatch their egg, and it's Upamon, Digivolve for a Vmon, and then end the turn with a Flamedramon once again. So we're going to hatch our Demi-Miramon, then we're going to Digivolve it for a Impmon, since that's pretty much our only level 3s we have in the deck. And I believe I'm just checking to see, because I don't want to give my opponent too much memory. So we're going to go and hard play the Impmon. So we're going to search, see what our options to have. So we're going to add the Beelzemon, and they're going to only start the turn with only 1 memory. So they're going to attack. They're also going to draw a few cards as well. It's going to be Calling from Darkness, so we add that to our hand. And then lastly, they're going to go and hard play the Vmon. So the on-play effect triggers. They have nothing, sadly, and it's our turn. Now the sad thing about our deck is that, well, the good thing for us is that it's very easy for us to trash level 4 or less. So we're going to play Miss Memory Boost. So we're going to use Blastmon to kill the other Vmon, and we're going to draw an extra card for Demi-Miramon. So they're going to hatch another Upamon. Now Digivolve again for Vmon. And they're going to use Hammer Spark, so they're at 2 memory now. They're going to Digivolve for another Flamedramon. They're going to attack our security, and we get a Miss Memory Boost. Perfect, so we could get a lot of memory on our next turn. And they're going to hard play a Vmon, and they're going to add the Magnamon. So we're going to hatch once again. We're going to Digivolve, draw that extra card. We're going to Digivolve for a Wizardmon. We're going to send to gain 2 memory. And we're going to Digivolve for Skull Santamon. So we're going to trash 2. Oh, get to pop. And we're going to add the other Blast Mode, because if we added the one that we just added, then we won't be able to pop. So now we're going to send our Miss Memory Boost so we could gain another 2 memory. And we're going to Digivolve the Skull Santamon for Beelzemon. So Beelzemon effect activates, so trash 2 to delete one of our opponent's Digimon. So we're going to delete the Vmon. Skull Santamon and Gunslinger is going to make us gain 2 memory, so we're at 1, so it's their turn. Then Itmon trashes 3, so another Gunslinger, so we're going to gain another memory. So now we're at 2. Now we're just counting how many cards we have in a discard pile, because if you notice, we have some Jack Raids. So we're going to swing at our opponent's security, use Beelzemon, because it's when Digivolving or when attacking, and we're going to use Wizardmon to put the Gunslinger in our hand at the top of our deck, so we could guarantee to gain an extra memory. So now in total we're at 3 memories, and we still have a lot of plays that we could do. So we're going to Digivolve. Now we're at 1, draw an extra card. And we're just recounting, because the deck, the discard pile always change all the time. So we're going to gain 1 memory with Jack Raid. Then we're going to use Skull Santamon, because worst comes to worst, we're letting our opponent pass with only 1 memory, so that's why we're not playing the other Jack Raid. Okay, so we're adding the Blast Mode just so we could resolve the Beelzemon. Alright, Itmon is going to trash 3. Oh no, it's the one that reveals and adds. So we reveal 4, and we add the Alomokoko and the Blast Mode. So now we have too many blast modes in hand, which kind of made me regret of adding it previously before. But at least our opponent has one memory, and at least we have 3 Digimon. So they're going attacker's security. It's an Itmon. Now they're going to use the Ice Wall. And they're going to Digivolve the VaughnGear for Chimeramon. So it's going to attach, and it's going to deal 4 DP to each of my Digimon until the end of my next turn. So even at my current turn, they're still minus 4 DP each. So we're going to raise our Itmon. Now this deck always constantly checks the trash constantly, and you have to recount it every single time, see what you have. So it's definitely not an easy deck to pilot, or it's definitely not a fast-paced deck to pilot. So now we're actually counting all our options because I have a Avenged Kidmon, which I would like to play, and it's going to be able to actually pop the Chimeramon. So first we're going to Digivolve the Santamon, so we're going to go and trash 2. Oh, we're going to gain 2 memories because of both Skull Santamon. And then Itmon is going to let us trash 3. We also drew 2 because of both the Demi-Meramons. Now since we actually have more cards in the trash, we could do a little bit more plays. So we're going to use Jack Raid to gain memory. 2 memories because I believe we have 20 actually. And now we're going to use the Avenged Kidmon to bring back all our option cards. And I believe that there is enough that I don't have to pay any memory. Yeah. Including 2 of our opponents and ours. I think we're pretty all set. Okay, now Avenged Kidmon will pop the Chimeramon because it's at only 8,000 DP, and Avenged Kidmon pops anything with 8,000 DP or less, or a Musketeer. So after that, pretty much the only plays that we could do is definitely play Alomokoko so we could get the blast mode out right away. We're going to use Darkness Rave because I believe we were just missing 3 cards. We're going to gain a memory for Beelzemon. So now I believe all the cards on top of our deck are all the Gunslingers. So we're actually going to pay 3 for Ice Wall, which was actually a mistake. And this whole play is pretty much a mistake because we paid 3 for Ice Wall. We attempt to pay another 3 for Alomokoko, realizing that we didn't even have a blast mode in a trash. So we sort of used Beelzemon to put a blast mode on top of a deck. So we're actually supposed to be at 2 memory right now and not 1. So that's definitely a big miscalculation on memory and a complete misplay, which was like my bad. Even when I was rewatching this, I thought this was really bad. So go check, very nice. And we definitely have a few more plays that we could do, especially that we're at 1, even though we're supposed to be at 2. So our opponent has nothing on the board, so let's just give them the least amount of memory. So we're going to give them only 1 memory. And our stack, we know exactly what it is. It's going to be the 3 Jack Raids that we perked because we trashed the 3 Gunslingers that we had. They're going to gain a memory with Hammer Spark. And let's see what they're going to do with the Vmon. Okay, they're going to Digivolve it for a VaughnGear. I don't think our opponent can really do much because we're pretty all set, and now we're guaranteed to actually do the whole OTK, especially your opponent only has 3 securities, so that's definitely going to be enough just for our blast mode to actually check 3 times. So they're going to end the turn with a Davis and Ken. So we're going to stand our stuff, hatch our egg, and I believe we're just going to Digivolve to see our options and get our Jack Raids. So activate Darkness Wave just so we could get more stuff in our trash. We're going to draw 2. We're going to gain 2. And now I believe we have 20 cards or more than 20. So we're going to activate Ball of Jack Raid. So we're at 9 memory at the moment. We're going to attack. And this time we are going to use the Wizardmon to put the blast mode. So this is what we should have done last time. And we did not do that. So now we're going to pay 3. So we're at 6 memory. Digivolve for the blast mode. And yeah, we had 20 something. So we're going to do 3 checks. So the first one, okay. Second, third, and that would be. And that's it for our match. Now, if you guys enjoyed today's video, you know what to do. Like and subscribe, and especially like it, because if this video receives at least like 10 likes, I'm planning on doing a deck profile of the Beelzemon deck if you guys actually enjoyed this type of playstyle. And if you want a sneak peek of future products we're planning to review here on the channel, you can follow me on my Instagram, VaughnGear. I'm Vaughn, and this was the Gear Channel.